Days of Our Lives is in confrontations and shocking revelations, and the Monday, April 14th episode is poised to bring fans another wave of suspense, family tension, and dangerous secrets. Let's start with the return of the always unpredictable and deviously cunning Vivian Alamain. Played with trademark fire by Louise Sorrell, Vivian has once again slipped out of the clutches of justice and set her sights on reclaiming her seat of power. No sooner is she legally freed than she makes a bold and stunning announcement. She's moving into the Kyriakis mansion. This declaration doesn't sit well with Xander Kyriakis, portrayed by Paul Telfer, who immediately senses that Vivian is up to something. Xander, no stranger to schemes and double-crosses himself, can smell deception from a mile away. Suspicious of her sudden reappearance and bold behavior, Xander confronts Vivian in what is sure to be a fiery exchange. He's not about to let her walk into the mansion and assert control, not without a fight. However, just as tensions threaten to boil over, Philip Kyriakis steps in. Played by Jean-Paul Lavoisier, Philip makes a surprise appearance to defuse the escalating standoff between his cousin and his mother. Though outwardly trying to keep the peace, Philip is already crafting his own secret strategy behind closed doors. Spoilers reveal that Philip will be quietly working out how best to manage Vivian and her unpredictable demands. But as longtime viewers know, no one handles Vivian easily. Her ambitions are rarely small and her capacity for chaos is boundless. As drama brews at the Kyriakis estate, Roman Brady and Kate Roberts Brady find themselves facing uncomfortable questions back in town. Roman, played by Josh Taylor, sits down with his longtime love, portrayed by Lauren Koslow, to discuss a troubling discovery. Their son Rex Brady has found a gun tucked away in a drawer, Kate's drawer. It's a shocking find and one with potentially devastating consequences. The question on Roman's mind is simple but serious. Did Kate use that gun to shoot E.J. DiMera? While Roman refuses to believe Kate could be guilty of such a violent act, the evidence is mounting. And Roman himself may be hiding something. That same night, he took a gun from behind the bar. Could it be the same weapon? Or is there more to this mystery than either of them is willing to admit? Kate is defensive but also rattled. She and Roman insist on their innocence, but Days of Our Lives fans know that the truth often hides in plain sight and that the most explosive secrets are the ones that lovers try hardest to keep from each other. The show doesn't offer a clear resolution just yet, leaving viewers to wonder, is someone in the Brady household guilty of pulling the trigger? Meanwhile, tension continues to build in the DiMera family as Johnny DiMera becomes more and more withdrawn. Played by Carson Boatman, Johnny is clearly carrying a secret so heavy it's affecting every aspect of his life. His mother, Sammy Brady, portrayed by the returning fan favorite Allison Sweeney, is beginning to suspect what viewers already fear, that her son may have had something to do with EJ's shooting. Though she's yet to ask him directly, Sammy can't ignore the growing doubt in her heart. After years of trauma, betrayal, and redemption, Sammy has faced more than her fair share of hardship, and now, in the midst of trying to confront her past and seek healing, she may have to accept that one of her greatest fears has come true. That her own son could be responsible for putting EJ in a coma. In a pivotal moment, Sammy tries to question Johnny directly but is interrupted by a phone call. That missed opportunity only deepens her sense of unease. She knows she has to find the right moment and the courage to ask the question burning in her mind, did you shoot your father? While Sammy wrestles with this terrifying possibility, Chanel Dupree DiMera, played by Raven Bowens, begins to notice alarming changes in her husband's behavior. Johnny's once warm and open demeanor has cooled, replaced by secrecy and distance. Chanel's efforts to connect with him are met with silence or avoidance, and she begins to wonder if the man she married is still the same man at all. Her growing anxiety becomes harder to ignore as Johnny continues to withdraw. He no longer communicates with her like before. Late nights, vague explanations, and emotional unavailability are beginning to paint a grim picture. Chanel wants to believe in Johnny's innocence, but his coldness and secrecy hint at something far darker. Could Johnny be hiding a truth so devastating that it threatens not only his marriage, but the entire DiMera legacy? Back at the Kyriakis mansion, the war between Xander, Vivian, and Philip simmers just beneath the surface. As Philip tries to outmaneuver his manipulative mother and keep peace in the family, Xander prepares for battle. Vivian, undeterred, seems to relish every moment of conflict. Her return is more than a mere homecoming, it's a power play. And she's not planning on backing down anytime soon. With so many secrets swirling through Salem, from gunshot mysteries to hidden agendas and family feuds, Monday's episode is a masterclass in slow-burning tension. Days of Our Lives promises viewers more than just drama. It offers an emotional ride filled with suspicion, revelation, and heartbreak. Stay tuned, because as the truth creeps closer to the surface, Salem's most powerful families may never be the same again. The heart of Salem grew heavier in yesterday's episode of Days of Our Lives as a storm of emotion and unresolved family tensions swirled around the comatose E.J. DiMera. While E.J. remained unconscious, the drama around him was anything but silent. Particularly when two women from his past and present collided in a fiery and unforgettable confrontation. It began with a soft confession and an unexpected entrance. Belle stood at E.J.'s bedside, unaware that anyone was listening, as she poured her heart out to the man lying motionless in front of her. She told him she loved him, a raw, exposed declaration of something she could no longer deny. But her quiet moment was interrupted by a very familiar voice behind her. "Belle, my love." The words were repeated, not from E.J., but from Sammy, who had just walked in and heard her sister's entire confession. Belle turned, startled, to see her older sister standing behind her with her signature smirk and unmistakable tone of judgment. Sammy, never one to let things slide, immediately reminded Belle of her presence and her right to be there. "Of course I came back," she said sharply. "The father of my children was shot and is in a coma. Again." Belle tried to stay composed, but Sammy's words stung. She attempted to brush it off and insisted they try to be civil. "Let's at least be polite," Belle offered, clearly hoping to avoid a full-blown argument. Sammy's response was classic. "Oh, I'm being polite," she said sweetly. "But you can't expect me not to react when I walk in and hear my sister declare her love for the father of my children." Belle tried to sidestep the conflict and head for the door, but Sammy wouldn't let her leave so easily. With a sardonic smile, Sammy taunted her about the nature of her involvement with E.J. She reminded Belle of the humiliating reality that E.J. had only turned to her when he couldn't have Sammy. "He was using you as a Sammy replacement," Sammy said with unmistakable pity. Belle, trying to salvage her pride, admitted that yes, E.J. had been interested in her. Sammy countered with a cool, condescending "I feel sorry for you," Belle making it clear she believed E.J. was manipulating her younger sister. "Have fun," Sammy added with mock enthusiasm. "Good for you. Just as long as you know he's using you." The tension between the sisters crackled. Belle, trying to throw Sammy off her game, suggested that Sammy wouldn't have rushed back from Europe if she didn't still care about E.J. But Sammy shot down that theory with cutting clarity. "No, Belle. I came back for Johnny," she said firmly. "He's my son. He knows how he was conceived." Belle was taken aback by the sudden shift in conversation and the painful reminder of their tangled family history. But Sammy wasn't finished. She noted Belle's silence. "Don't worry," Sammy said sarcastically. "He's just your nephew. You don't need to ask how he is or what's going on with him." Despite her defensiveness, Sammy's demeanor softened slightly when John arrived. Belle updated him on E.J.'s condition and then excused herself to go find Marlena. For a moment, Sammy was alone, just her and E.J., a man who had brought both joy and pain into her life. She looked down at him, half-conscious, his face pale and bruised, and began to speak from her heart, cutting through the bitterness with vulnerability. "Your taste in women is awful," she said softly. From Nicole to Belle, and then her voice caught as memories flooded in. She remembered Italy sitting beside him, waiting for him to open his eyes just as she was doing now. "There are people in this world who love you so much," she said gently. "Your family, mostly. Although I don't even know who's mad at who right now." Then she brought up Sydney, their daughter. "She misses you," Sammy murmured. "She really loves you. And Johnny, he's angry. And I don't know how to explain it to him, E.J. I don't know how to tell him that I love him when he's hurting so much." As if summoned by the emotion in her voice, Johnny appeared in the doorway, having heard part of her quiet confession. His presence was a striking contrast to the tension earlier with Belle. This was her son, the person she had come back for, the reason she'd left behind her own pain to return to Salem. "Mom," Johnny said calmly, stepping into the room. "Now's your chance." It was more than a simple invitation, it was a call for honesty, a plea for healing. For Sammy, it was a signal that she had to step out of the war zone and into the heart of her family, to show up not as the fierce rival or scorned ex-wife, but as a mother who was trying to do better. To tell the truth. To listen. and maybe finally to forgive. This scene offered everything longtime viewers love about Days of Our Lives: complex family dynamics, painful truths, long-held grudges, and the chance, however fragile, for redemption. It's clear that EJ's coma is more than just a medical crisis, it's a catalyst. One that might reopen wounds, but also one that could push this broken family closer to healing if they can survive the fallout.